While most of us are allergic to something or the other, there is no doubt that allergies are one of the most irritating things to have. And while pollen and peanut allergies are pretty well known, there are some rather curious allergies that are present in some people. Let's take a look at some of the weirdest allergies. Number 20. Modern living. While we cannot imagine a life without the convenience of a mobile phone or a microwave, there are some who are extremely allergic to anything which creates electromagnetic fields. And since that's pretty much what most appliances work on, they cannot use modern amenities at all. In fact, so severe is the reaction in some cases that it causes major skin rashes and swelling of eyelids. This condition is known as electrosensitivity. Number 19. Exercise. If you are looking for the perfect excuse not to hit the gym, this one is for you. But only for some people is it an actual problem. Technically known as exercise-induced anaphylaxis, this allergy is not that uncommon, affecting 1 in every 1,000 people. But it is no laughing matter, because the allergic reaction can be life-threatening as well. Swelling of throat, difficulty in breathing, and nausea have presented themselves as symptoms, and certain cases have also reported deaths. Number 18. Touch. We all like a comforting touch from time to time, be it a hug or just a pat on the back. But there are people who just have no idea what human contact is. That is because they are hypersensitive to touch or pressure and develop raised bumps and itchy rashes whenever they touch someone or someone touches them. And according to statistics, it apparently is not that uncommon an ailment, as nearly 2 to 5% of the global population suffers from it. Number 17. Fish smell. While it is not a particularly bad thing to be allergic to, after all, fish do smell bad, it is pretty inconvenient. The reason for this is that when you smell fish, tiny particles of it get into your nasal cavities, and those who suffer from intense fish allergies react to it. Reactions include shortness of breath, wheezing, and skin rashes, and certain fish, like flounder and hake, seem to cause it more than others. Number 16. Apples near a birch tree. Now, while an allergy from apples might not raise any eyebrows, there is a type of allergy which is caused when you eat an apple near a birch tree. Pretty specific for an allergy, right? This is a pretty rare allergy, which takes place because the human immune system recognizes the pollen and similar proteins in the food and directs an allergic response to it. Number 15. Vibrations. It's best to be cautious what kind of toys and machines you use with this allergy. Scientifically called vibratory angioedema, it is a rare form of physical urticaria that is caused by vibrations. This causes painful rashes, and the vibration could come from a motor, a vibrator, or even a speaker. Considering that almost everything causes vibrations, it is a particularly irritating allergy to have. Number 14. Underwear. We all have that one friend who just doesn't like to wear underwear. And well, it might not be their fault either. Thankfully, the allergy isn't really to underpants, but to the material generally used in making it, like polyester, cotton, and latex. So avoiding the reaction is easy, as all you have to do is just wear underwear of a skin-friendly material. Or just go commando. Your pick. Number 13. Motherhood. Yeah, that's right. There are very unusual cases, about 1 in every 50,000 pregnancies, when a rare skin disorder develops which causes blisters on the abdomen and even on other parts of the body. It happens when antibodies that work against normal body proteins form during pregnancy. This usually happens in the 2nd or 3rd trimester and is known to have developed even after pregnancy. While the rashes disappear after some time, doctors say that it will probably reoccur during the next pregnancy. Number 12. Water. Now this is a pretty bad one to have, and considering that it affects just 1 person in 23 million, it really is bad luck. Anyone suffering from aquagenic urticaria cannot stand water touching the body. They develop skin reactions if it happens, which means no dip in the pool, no long showers, and in some cases, even sweating sets off the reaction. While it can be controlled by antihistamines and tropical corticosteroids, there is no known cure. Number 11. Cold. While not many of us like to brave the cold, there are some who just can't. Known as cold urticaria or cold hives, the ones who suffer from this allergy often experience redness, itching, swelling, and hives when they are exposed to cold temperatures. That includes cold air, cold water, and even cold beverages. However, this is caused most strikingly when you take a dip in cold water because the temperature drops so suddenly, which releases a huge amount of histamines, which causes a drop in blood pressure, leading to fainting, shock, and in very rare cases, death. Guess you should find out if you have this allergy before going skinny dipping, right? Number 10. Saline. This simple solution of salt and water is a generally benign mixture and used a lot in hospitals to take care of dehydration, unless you happen to have an extremely rare allergic reaction. In fact, so rare is the allergy that only one case has been reported so far, when a woman suffered from an anaphylactic reaction when undergoing a saline infusion during an evaluation. But then, since saline is mostly used in hospitals, it is perhaps the best place to have a reaction. Number 9. Beanbags. While it is not technically a reaction to beanbags per se, it is still a weird allergy to have. Soya beans have been known to cause an allergic reaction in many, but it can be triggered by very weird sources as well, like a beanbag. There was a case when a boy who was allergic to soya beans was in school when he sat on a beanbag. The dust from the dry soya beans in the bag was enough to set off a reaction and leave behind some very scared and confused parents. Number 8. Sun. Considering that it is one of the most important things required to sustain life on Earth, being allergic to the sun doesn't really make any sense. But then, truth is stranger than fiction, right? Solar urticaria is a condition where exposure to UV radiation, and sometimes even visible light, causes hives to break out in even covered parts of the body. The most usual places are the V of the neck and the back of the arms. But there is some good news as well. The allergy can be treated with administration of antihistamines and phototherapy. Number 7. Shoes. Well, not all shoes, but just leather ones. Many people experience poison ivy type rashes when they wear leather shoes. The reason for this is not the leather itself, but the chemicals used in the tanning process. Surprisingly, it's pretty easy to stay away from it, as wearing socks can prevent the reaction. It is set off by touch, so the socks prevent that. And the rashes which do come if you wear leather without socks go away by themselves in a few days. Number 6. Deodorant. If you generally sweat a lot or stink a lot, deodorants are basically lifesavers for you. But deodorants contain a lot of things which give you allergies, the most common of them being fragrance. And since almost 90% of deodorants contain fragrance, if you're allergic to them, well, your friends will just have to put up with the smell. There are other things in deodorant which can also cause allergic reactions, like propylene glycol, parabens, essential oils, vitamin E, and others which can cause your skin to break out in rashes and make you more miserable than if you were ever just smelly. Number 5. Latex. If you have fetishes, this one will just ruin it for you. While most of us use latex at some point or another, nurses and doctors are the ones who use it most often. And no, not because they are kinky, but because they pretty much need to wear latex gloves at all times. The allergic reaction can also lead to respiratory problems, which is why it is better not to go into healthcare if you are allergic to latex. Number 4. Kissing. Now this one is an especially bad one to have, though to be honest, it's not the kiss in itself which sets off the allergic reaction. People who suffer from severe food or medicinal allergies can get a reaction when they kiss someone, and no, not that kind of good reaction. Kissing usually involves tongue and an exchange of saliva, which means that whatever the other person ate before kissing you will probably get in your mouth as well. Ugh. And that is what sets off the allergic reaction. Just imagine standing under a mistletoe and wondering about what the one next to you ate before kissing them. Number 3. Wood. While sawdust allergies are not that rare, sometimes people do suffer from extreme allergic reactions to types of wood, irrespective of it being whole or dust. And in some cases, the reactions are so severe that they cannot even touch that type of wood, as it causes skin reaction, coughing, sneezing, and hives. In fact, it has been seen in a few cases that when a person touches wood, it looks as if they have been burnt, which means that even if you try to write something with a pencil, you would just suffer a lot of pain. Number 2. Coffee. While caffeine intolerance is pretty common, there are a few people who cannot ingest even the smallest amount of caffeine without endangering their lives. The reaction sets off bad cases of delusions, anxiety attacks, hallucinations, rashes, hives, and blurry vision. It has also been known to set off seizures, which can actually prove to be quite deadly. And well, since coffee is pretty much the fuel that drives most of us, it really makes life extremely difficult for those who suffer from this allergy. Number 1. Sex. Well, this one really is the worst of them all. This is an allergy that affects only women, as some of them suffer from seminal plasma hypersensitivity, which means that she is allergic to semen. And, well, obviously the area most affected by it is the vagina. Although if you do happen to take a course off the third base, you would probably suffer the reactions elsewhere as well. The reaction has also been known to cause death, so it's a pretty serious ailment. Treatment involves exposing the body's immune system to increasing doses of semen, till it stops reacting to it. Have you ever suffered from any of these allergies before? Or have you known someone who has? Do let us know in the comments below. And remember to subscribe to our channel for instant updates on our videos.